Japan, a country where the past and the future exist side by side. For the next 10 minutes, let's travel through one of the most fascinating places on Earth. From the neon streets of Tokyo to the quiet temples of Kyoto, from snow-covered mountains to tropical islands, Japan is a country full of contrast, beauty, and unforgettable experiences. Our journey begins in Tokyo. Tokyo is more than a city. It feels like a different world. Giant buildings rise above the streets, trains move with incredible precision, and millions of people create a constant rhythm of energy. But even in the middle of this huge city, you can find peaceful moments. Walk through a quiet neighborhood in the early morning, and Tokyo feels completely different. Small coffee shops open their doors. Cyclists pass through narrow streets. Local residents begin their day. Then, just a few minutes away, you can find some of the busiest places in the world. Shibuya Crossing is one of Tokyo's most famous sights. When the lights change, hundreds of people move across the intersection from every direction. It looks chaotic, but somehow, everything works. That is part of Japan's magic. Order and energy, tradition and technology, silence and movement. Tokyo is also a paradise for food lovers. You can enjoy fresh sushi at a small counter, eat ramen in a tiny restaurant, or discover incredible meals inside a convenience store. Food is everywhere, and every neighborhood has something different to offer. One of the best experiences is simply exploring without a plan. Walk into a narrow street. Follow the smell of grilled food. Try something you cannot pronounce. Sometimes the best memories happen when you stop following the guidebook. From Tokyo, our journey takes us toward Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji is Japan's most famous mountain and one of the country's most powerful symbols. On a clear day, its perfect shape rises above the landscape like something from a painting. For centuries, Mount Fuji has inspired artists, writers, and travelers. Today, people come from around the world to see it, photograph it, and for some, climb to the top. The areas around Mount Fuji offer a completely different side of Japan. Lakes reflect the mountain in the early morning. Small towns feel peaceful and slow. Hot springs offer a chance to relax after a long day of travel. Japan has thousands of hot springs, known as onsen. For many visitors, experiencing an onsen is something unforgettable. The warm water, the quiet surroundings, and the feeling of slowing down make it one of the most relaxing parts of Japanese culture. Next, we arrive in Kyoto. If Tokyo represents the future, Kyoto feels like a journey into Japan's past. For more than 1,000 years, Kyoto was the imperial capital of Japan. Today, it remains one of the best places to experience traditional architecture, temples, gardens, and culture. One of Kyoto's most famous locations is Fushimi Inari Shrine. Thousands of bright red gates create a path through the forest. As you walk deeper into the mountain, the crowds begin to disappear, and the atmosphere becomes quieter. Another unforgettable place is Arashiyama. The bamboo forest feels almost unreal. Tall bamboo rises high above the path, moving gently in the wind. But Kyoto is not only about famous attractions. Sometimes the most beautiful places are hidden in quiet streets. Traditional wooden houses, small temples, stone paths, and tiny restaurants create an atmosphere that feels far removed from modern life. If you visit during spring, Japan becomes even more magical. Cherry blossoms, known as sakura, appear across the country. Parks, rivers, temples, and city streets are covered in soft pink flowers. For Japanese people, cherry blossoms are more than beautiful. They are a symbol of how temporary life can be. The flowers bloom for only a short time before falling away. It is a simple reminder to appreciate the present moment. From Kyoto, let's continue to Osaka. Osaka has a completely different personality. It is loud, energetic, friendly, and famous for food. If Kyoto is elegant and traditional, Osaka is playful and full of life. Dotonbori is one of the city's most exciting areas. Bright signs reflect on the canal, restaurants fill the streets, and the smell of food is impossible to ignore. Osaka is famous for dishes like takoyaki and okonomiyaki. Street food is a major part of the experience here. You can stand outside, eat something hot and delicious, and watch the city move around you. But Japan is much more than its largest cities. Travel into the countryside, and you discover another world. Small villages sit between mountains. Rice fields stretch across the landscape. Traditional houses stand quietly beside rivers and forests. In places like these, time seems to move more slowly. Japan is also famous for its incredible train system. Traveling by train is often an experience in itself. But sometimes the slower trains are even more memorable. Local railways pass through mountains, coastal towns, and quiet villages, offering views that you would never see from an airplane. Then there is Hokkaido, Japan's northern island. In winter, Hokkaido becomes a world of snow. Ski resorts attract visitors from around the world, while cities like Sapporo offer winter festivals, local food, and beautiful night scenes. In summer, the region transforms again. Green hills, colorful flower fields, and cooler temperatures make it a popular escape from the heat. Travel south, and Japan changes once more. Okinawa feels completely different from Tokyo or Kyoto. Here, the water is bright blue, the weather is warm, and island life moves at a slower pace. Okinawa has its own unique history and culture, shaped by centuries of connections with other parts of Asia. White beaches, coral reefs, and tropical landscapes show another side of Japan that many first-time visitors never expect. And that is one of the greatest things about traveling through this country. Japan is never just one experience. Every region has its own food, traditions, landscapes, and personality. You can spend the morning in a centuries-old temple and the evening inside a futuristic city. You can eat a perfect bowl of ramen for a few dollars, then experience one of the world's most carefully prepared meals. You can travel through crowded streets filled with millions of people, then find complete silence in a mountain forest. But perhaps what makes Japan truly special is the attention to detail. You can see it in the presentation of food, in the design of a garden, in the way a shop is organized, in the quiet respect people show toward shared spaces. Even small everyday moments can feel memorable. A train arriving exactly on time, a vending machine on a quiet street, a warm bowl of noodles on a rainy evening, the sound of cicadas during summer, snow falling outside a traditional inn, the first cherry blossoms appearing after winter. Japan teaches you to pay attention, to slow down, to notice the small things. And maybe that is why so many travelers want to return. No matter how long you stay, it never feels like enough. There is always another street to explore, another temple hidden behind the trees, another city waiting at the end of a train line, another meal you have never tried, another season that changes the entire country. Japan is not a destination that can be understood in a single trip. It is a place that changes with every visit. From the energy of Tokyo, to the timeless streets of Kyoto, from the snowy mountains of Hokkaido, to the tropical islands of Okinawa, Japan is a journey through contrasts. A country where ancient traditions continue in a modern world, where technology moves at incredible speed, but people still stop to admire a flower. Where every season tells a different story. And where the next unforgettable experience may be waiting just around the corner. So if Japan is on your travel list, don't just visit the famous places. Get lost, take the local train, try the food, wake up early, stay out late, listen to the sounds around you. Because the real beauty of Japan is not only found in its landmarks. It is found in the moments between them. And those moments are the ones you will remember long after the journey ends.